I'm sorry if I'm looking like zombie-ish with like my inner corner here, because like in person it looks fine. It looks normal, it looks bright, but like I'm looking at the monitor and I'm looking at the camera and it just looks like I have a very dark like line right here. I don't know what that's all about. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, welcome, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be my second update for my 10 items, 10 uses project pan. So for this project, I am using prompts from the Roulette Pan Collab. It's just a way to help me pick some products because I am very indecisive. The Roulette Pan Collab was started by Rebecca, Morgan, and Alexi. I will have their channels linked down below, as well as the prompts if you guys are interested in doing the Roulette Pan Collab or just kind of following along to use the prompts for your own project. But yeah, if you guys want to see what items I am rolling out, what's getting rolled in, and what items are still going to stay in this project, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I do have the spreadsheet pulled up on my computer. I'm just going to go in order from like the lowest number to the highest number, just so I'm not bouncing back and forth. So for number 22, it was a product you used as a teen, and for that one I had rolled in the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipstick. This is in the Mocha Luscious shade, and for this product I have used it a total of 8 times since rolling it into the project, so I do have a couple more uses left for this one to go. So next was number 43, and it was a product with boring packaging, and for that one I just picked this Tarte blush. This is the shade Classic. For this one I used it a total of 10 times, so we will be rolling this one out. So number 49 is a timeless classic throwback product, and for that one I picked the Nars Laguna bronzer, and I use this so much but it like barely looks like I've made a dent in it. Like the design on the pan itself is worn down a little bit in the middle, but there's still like a big square like frame around it where the pattern is not gone. So this is like the never-ending bronzer for me, but I have used this a total of 13 times, and I could have used it more, but I stopped counting after 13. Alright, so number 56 is a body care item, and that was the Coco Cabana cream from Sol de Janeiro. And I also used this one 13 times total. It smells delicious. It's super hydrating. I do still have a good amount of product in here. A little bit goes such a long way with this, and I pretty much just use it for my hands and like my arms. I don't use this all over my body. If I did use it that way, I feel like it would have definitely been gone before 10 uses. I did surpass my 10 uses on this, so we do get to roll this one out as well. Alright, so number 61 is a indie makeup product, and this was the Ace Beauté Vintage Dawn palette. I did use more than just the grungy green and yellow and golds in here. I think at the last update those were really the only shades I had used, and I used this a total of 10 times. So it is time to roll this one out as well. Alright, so number 68 is a product that you are looking forward to using frequently, and that was the Milk Makeup Bronzer Stick. This is the shade Blaze. It is a little bit darker of a bronzer stick. I think this is the darker of the two. I think they have 2 or 3 shades of it, but if I blend it out, I can definitely make it work for my skin tone. I used this bronzer 6 times, so I didn't use it a ton, but I did like my moisturizer and everything, put some primer on, did the cream bronzer, did a cream blush, and then just set my face with translucent powder, put on some highlight, and I was good to go for, you know, my face without doing like full coverage foundation at all. But I did a lot of just powder foundation like I'm wearing today. It's all just powder foundation. It's the J-Cat Aquassurance foundation, and I did just powder foundation a little bit more than the cream and set with powder base, so I did use this 6 times, so it's still a good amount of uses for it, but I'm excited to still have this in the project and continue reaching for it. So number 76 was a product I have never used or opened, and that was the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. So this definitely is very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip. I know that people are saying their mint one is a little more similar, but I feel like that one's just because it's the mint packaging and like a minty-ish color. But for me, this one is similar enough to the Milk Hydro Grip. I don't feel like I have to go get that mint one. But this one I have only used 5 times. Again, I'm not wearing like full coverage foundation or anything too much at work right now. And this one, with it being a little bit tackier, I don't like putting the powder foundation on top of it. So I've just been using this for a couple of like my body paint looks and stuff, but it is really nice, so I'm still gonna enjoy getting a couple more uses out of this one. So next is number 81, and this is an item you don't think really suits you, and this one I thought was gonna be in the project a lot longer, but this is the Clarins Lip Velvet, and again, I don't know what the shade is, and I have used this 10 times. I used it a lot as a cream blush because I could, you know, do a couple dots and then like blend it out, and it's just a nice blush of color. So that was pretty much how I got my uses out of this. Not really much as a lip product. It was a struggle to reach for at first, but with trying out cream blushes and really liking how they looked, I just started to use this more as a blush, and then I got my uses for it that way. Definitely glad that I experimented with using this as a cream blush, because otherwise that would be in here for till like the end of the year, because I would never use that as a lipstick unless I just mixed it with something else. Next is number 85, and it was a product that was an impulse buy, and again, this is so beautiful. This is the Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess Highlight Palette, and it is just so beautiful. These two shades are a little bit dark for me. This one is really pretty as like an eyeshadow or for like a blush topper, but it's too dark and pink of a highlight for me personally. But these three shades right here are so beautiful, and I absolutely adore this palette. I have used this 7 times. So yeah, this will be in the project a little bit longer. I found it for like $35 on Poshmark, and it said it was already sanitized, but I sanitized it again. And I'm definitely happy to have this because I was really bummed out when it was a limited edition launch and I didn't get to pick it up. So when I saw someone selling it and it wasn't like marked up insane for being a discontinued product, I knew I needed to have it. Alright, and then number 94 is your least expensive eyeshadow palettes, and this is the e.l.f. Rose Water. It is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I do have a different shade in the inner corner. I don't know why the camera is making my inner corners look so dark and like baggy here. Like in person it looks normal, so I'm not 100% sure, so I'm sorry. But anyways, I used this 7 times, so I do have a couple more uses out of this product here. Alright, so we are keeping 5 products in and we are rolling out 5 products, so I will go put those items back and we will start drawing the new numbers. Alright, so we are rolling out 5 items, so I'm gonna pull up my pretty random app. Alright, so I'm gonna put in 1, 2, 100, and then we're going to randomize 5 more numbers, and if it is one I already pulled, we're going to roll it again. First we have 100, so that's our first one. Then we have 15, 338, right, 47, and then 38. We already rolled that one. And then 15, we already have that one. And then number 10. Alright, so I'm going to find these prompts, read them to you guys, and show you what I picked for each one. Alright, so since I'm at the bottom of my spreadsheet, I'm just going to go from the highest number now to the lowest number for the items we are just rolling in. So number 100 is a product that's the only thing you own from that brand, and I picked the Artist Couture Illuminati Loose Highlighter. This is just the small size, I'm pretty sure. And even this is gonna last me forever. Let me do a little swatch of it for you. It is just so pretty. Like, this one at first was really hard because I was like, oh heck, like what do I only own like one thing from like a specific brand that's not eyeshadow palettes, because I pulled in an eyeshadow palette. I have another eyeshadow palette in this, you know, project already. I have an eyeshadow project itself, so I didn't want to pick an eyeshadow product where it was just that one from a brand. It took me a minute to think about it, but this is the item I'm going with. So number 47 is a product that is some type of a lotion, and I could have kept the Coco Cabana cream in here for that case, but I decided to go with my Good Molecule silicone-free priming moisturizer. This is such a nice primer moisturizer in one, so I definitely know I can get good use out of this, but it works so nicely as a daytime face moisturizer as well, and then it's like a primer combo. So this was definitely the one I wanted to go with because I didn't want to just roll in another hand lotion because it's kind of boring for me, you know. Alright, so number 38 is a product that makes me feel confident, and for me, I could have gone with a bold lip, but my bold lip would have been like a black, very dark shade, and for that, I'm really only going to be able to wear those for, you know, body paint looks or just when I'm filming. It's not going to be an everyday type product for me. So my other thing to make me feel confident is just my brows. So for me, I went with brows because once my brows are done, like that's all I can do, and I can still leave the house and I'm fine, but I'm not gonna go on and just do like foundation and not do my brows and leave and feel confident. And for that, I have a couple different brow products I could pick, like a brow pencil, a brow pomade, brow powder, but I just went for the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I used this today. and I can go very light-handed with it and have like this bushy brow effect with like a brow gel, or I can have very structured Instagram brows. So for me, it's just the brow pomade is very versatile. I can do light brows to a very bold dark brow. This was the item I went with for making me feel confident. Alright, so number 15 is a product with a food or drink in the name, and I picked this Honest Beauty blush, and it is in the shade Coral Peach. So this is the color here, and I'll do a little swatch of that on the back of my hand. It is pretty bright when you first look at it, but I can blend it out into this very, very pretty peachy sheen for a blush. With spring around the corner, I felt like maybe a brighter blush would, you know, be nice. Alright, so the last item we are rolling in is number 10, and it's my Hogwarts house color, and I am a Slytherin. So for that one, we all know I love my grungy greens, so it was an excuse to pull in some green colors, and I decided to pull in my Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. And after thinking with this one, I do have other green palettes, so I was like, okay, I could go with one of those. But one of the shades here is actually Hermione. I know she's a Gryffindor, but there's two like grungy green colors. You've got this darker bluish duochrome green, blue-green type of shade. But with the whole thing with being Hogwarts, and the Moonspell palette is based off of different witches in pop culture, I just figured this would be like the best all-around palette to use. It's not like I have that Storybook Cosmetics one that's like Harry Potter themed. Otherwise that would have been an easy pick, even though it's like Harry Potter in general. But with the greens in here and just being like witchcraft based, this is the one I decided to pick for my Hogwarts house. And alright guys, so that is it for my second update and new items for my 10 useless project pan. Let me know if you guys are doing this project so I can go check it out. Otherwise, let me know what you think of the items I rolled in. Let me know what you guys would have picked for these items, either the ones I had initially or just from the 5 I just rolled in. I'm definitely curious to see what you guys would have chosen for yourselves. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the little bell notifications so you guys know every single time that I upload. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!